So today I would like to share a personal story with you. Hi, my name is Dr. Sarah, and I'm here at the International Institute of Holistic Health. Here at the Institute of Holistic Health, we talk a lot about meditation and how powerful it can be, and how much you can benefit from altered states of consciousness, from all this expansion that happens when you really go deep, when you can relax, when you can let go. So it comes as no surprise that as I had the opportunity to go see Dr. Joe Dispenza, I was really over the moon. I really wanted to go and see him in person and be in this kind of monastery where you are fully immersed, where you can do his meditations, where you are guided to your altered states, and where you can just see life and yourself in it very differently and from a different perspective. So this summer I traveled to Texas, Dallas, Texas, where he had a huge retreat. And we started the meditations. And right at the beginning of the meditations, it was the second or the third meditation, longer meditation that we did. I had a wonderful experience. I was relaxing, and then I saw this almost angelic being. It was huge, and I struggle to describe it to you because when you're in meditation, it is a little like people are describing their near-death experiences. The colors are very different. What I perceived as colors, closest description that I could say is it looked something like cream, gold, silver, opal, all at once. It was incredibly beautiful. It was shining. It was a presence that was overwhelmingly loving and beautiful. And I found myself observing this being, and as I was looking at it, it grew bigger and bigger and expanded out. And if you ever visited one of Dr. Joe's retreats, you know that they're in really, really big ballrooms. So 2,000 people were there sitting in meditation. Just the setting alone, frankly, was really, really amazing. And to be able to meditate together with 2,000 people at the same time, even that was just a lift upwards. I was sitting there in my little chair, having my blissful moment with this wonderful, big, huge, angelic being. And I was just observing. And I was just asking myself, what is the purpose of this being? What is that angel doing here? What is it that I can see and explore? And then I saw how this being went all the way up to the ceiling of the room and expanded out, and even more. So the whole ceiling of this huge ballroom was filled with its light. And then I saw like tiny little, almost arms would come down and touch the soul star of each person all the way up right above the head, the 8th chakra. I like to call it the soul star because this is just a beautiful way to describe it. So as I was observing this beautiful angelic being, the being was connecting all the soul chakras of each and every person sitting there and meditating. And it was very, very wonderful to observe. We read and hear a lot about the concept that we are all connected and we're basically all the same. We know this picture of the hand analogy where see yourself as one finger and the other person as another finger, the other person as another finger. But at the end of the day, we are all connected. We are all one hand. And this is really how it felt, this beautiful connection. And I got it. So like, this is your purpose. That is what you're doing. You are reminding people, you're reminding the souls on the planet that we are all connected. After this meditation, I was filled with love, with joy, with this beautiful, I was just fulfilled, and I was so, so grateful that I had this deep and very touching, very, very beautiful experience with witnessing this being in this room. This is really when people say they meet God, or they just met an angel. That is how it felt to me. But this was not the end. I saw this being in another meditation a couple of days later. And again, I was watching this being, how it expanded out the whole ballroom. It would fill the whole room with its light, touching everybody's soul star. And I was like, so grateful. Thank you. And also thank you, Dr. Joe, for really doing this, providing this framework that you can take so many days out and go to a retreat and be in this monastery to really experience these altered states of consciousness, these blissful moments, and meet these beings. I was watching this being again, was deeply, deeply touched by its beauty. And the meditation came to an end. And if you are familiar with Joe Dispenza's meditations, by the end of the meditation, you would always lay down, lay your body down. It is a moment, well, a prolonged moment to just relax, to let go, to just integrate what you just experienced. And it's not to underestimate this relaxation phase after an very active meditation where you work with your brain, you do a lot of breath work, you explore altered states, you go out there, you see yourself as spirit and interacting with spiritual beings, with all kinds of things. So this integration phase is really an important part of his meditations. While you lay down on the ground, you're warm and comfy, you're grateful, you're just fully letting go. And there's something very unexpected happened to me. I was relaxing, letting go, perceiving this as the end of the meditation. And all of a sudden, I hear a voice very close to my head saying, "You really got it all wrong. This was not an angel. This was you. This is your soul." And there you have it. There you have it. I was completely overwhelmed and I would cry and cry and cry. I was so touched by this experience that I just met my soul that I perceived as a beautiful angelic being, and this should be my true identity. So as you can see, even many, many months later, as I am telling this story, I'm still emotional about it. I'm still very touched. And this is some kind of finding purpose. Don't underestimate what you can meet, what you can experience when you let go of the outside world, when you make space for meditation, contemplation, and frankly, space for yourself. Thank you for listening to my story, and have a wonderful week.